getting to meet half the room and having a little bit of a list ahead of time. Very honestly, I'll rant here a little bit to kind of spark up the juices to get to the questions, but I'd love to go very specific. Obviously, we can talk in the macro. I think the team's done a great job in setting up. When you kind of look at some of that data, you know, it's funny, I look at all those things and I see it from a lot of different lenses. I always think about what are the people in this room gonna find out today or see a little bit differently. You know, for example, the average age of 26, I think, speaks to a lot of people realizing, wait a minute, it's older than I thought. You know, that kind of stuff. Similar to like what fascinates me about TikTok right now, the consumption of people in their mid-20s to 40s is far greater than the world has caught up to. A lot of what I was just talking about of what's happening now versus what's perceived to be happening now. I think, you know, to continue the conversation, back to my rationale that I would assume is gonna be your rationale, whether you're a deodorant or a beef jerky or an entrepreneur or a service provider. I, in the macro of writing some big checks to be part of this ownership, am looking for underpriced attention. Like I got to speak to some of you, I think whether you're an entrepreneur that's a production company for the events or building software for it, or are a brand trying to find relevance to your target audience, I think by far the most interesting thing about all of us being in this room is this reminds me of social media 2006. It already happened. MySpace was already enormous. Facebook was on its way. Like Twitter was out there, but they didn't know it happened. And I think, kudos for this small group being here. I mean, this is a busy time of year. So you're here, this is valuable time. And so even the curiosity of what's happening here, I think there's dividends if you don't misplay your dollars. Similar to early Facebook or other things that I've seen through the last decade, just because esports is this right doesn't mean you as an entrepreneur or executive are gonna spend your time and energy properly. So I think one of the things that a lot of people should spend a lot of time on here, the most important thing during times like this, if you're trying to extract value out of an opportunity, is the most cliche word that gets thrown around, which is authenticity. It is very easy to waste a ton of money in esports. You slap a logo on something, it's completely not authentic, and every 15 to 26 to 42-year-old knows you're there just for that transactional aspect. So I think something that to just throw out to make sure people are being thoughtful about is like how you're gonna enter is super important, or how you're gonna extract value. For me, back to even the interview we just did, like I'm not gonna make pretend I play COD. I'm not gonna, like this is just all about transparency. Like I think however you're thinking about tapping in, just tap in real as you humanly can, whether at a corporate or an entrepreneurial level.